Welcome to today's numismatic journey, where we uncover the hidden history, unique features, and collector value of one of the most fascinating and ultra-rare Kennedy half-dollars. This coin holds more than just monetary worth. It carries a legacy that continues to captivate enthusiasts and collectors around the world. First up, the 1972 no-mint mark Kennedy half-dollar holds a very special place in the world of coin collecting. Though millions were minted for circulation, its allure lies not only in its association with President John F. Kennedy, but also in the fact that certain examples carry unique varieties and conditions that elevate their value far above ordinary half-dollars. Collectors today see this coin as a fascinating representation of American history during the early 1970s, a time when silver had already been phased out of circulating halves, making the coin's legacy more about tribute and artistry than intrinsic metal content. Even in a very dirty, well-worn state, the coin sparks curiosity because of its enduring cultural symbolism and the way collectors treat it as more than just pocket change. When this half-dollar was produced, the nation was still deeply affected by the assassination of President John F. Kennedy in 1963, less than a decade prior. The coin itself had been introduced in 1964 as a way to honor him, and it quickly became a cherished keepsake among Americans. By 1972, the coin was being struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which explains the absence of a mint mark. This was a period of economic and political challenges in the United States, including inflation and tensions from the Cold War. Against this backdrop, the Kennedy half-dollar continued to carry a sense of national pride, serving as both a commemorative and functional piece of U.S. currency. Its production at the Philadelphia Mint ensures that the no-mint mark issue belongs to one of the most widely recognized branches of the U.S. Mint. The design of the 1972 no-mint mark Kennedy half-dollar is another factor that makes it stand out. The obverse features a bold and detailed portrait of President Kennedy, designed by Gilroy Roberts, capturing both his youth and strength in a way that symbolized hope for the nation. The reverse, crafted by Frank Gasparo, depicts the presidential seal, with the heraldic eagle grasping arrows and an olive branch, a shield on its chest, and rays surrounding the eagle to emphasize strength and vigilance. The coin is composed of a copper-nickel clad over a pure copper core, weighing 11.34 grams and measuring 30.6 mm in diameter. Its distinctive shine in high-grade conditions makes it a striking collectible, and many numismatists prize the artistry that remains intact even when the coin is found in less than perfect condition. Although the mintage of 153 million pieces might suggest that the coin is common, not every 1972 Kennedy half-dollar carries equal significance. Within this issue exists a highly prized error variety known as the 1972 Type II reverse. This variety, which features modified reverse lettering typically found on proof coins struck at the San Francisco Mint, slipped into circulation on a small number of Philadelphia coins, making it extremely rare. These coins are far more scarce than ordinary circulation strikes, and when found, they command a tremendous premium. The condition also plays a critical role. A dirty or heavily worn coin has little appeal beyond face value, but those in uncirculated or near-perfect condition, especially certified examples, are what push the rarity factor into serious collector territory. The market value of a 1972 no-mint mark Kennedy half-dollar varies widely depending on its condition and variety. Ordinary circulated examples may fetch only $2,000 to a few dollars, but the 1972 Type II reverse variety in uncirculated condition can be worth hundreds, with some specimens reaching into the $3,000 for $500 range at auction. Collectors actively seek out these rarities, and as time passes, their values have shown strong appreciation. Auction records continue to demonstrate that certified high-grade examples consistently attract attention, underscoring that this coin's value is tied not just to age but to rarity and condition. Its appreciation over the decades makes it an appealing investment for serious numismatists. For collectors hoping to secure an impressive example of this coin, attention to detail is essential. Close examination of the reverse lettering is the key to identifying the rare Type II variety, as the style of the inscriptions differs noticeably from the standard issue. Professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC are highly recommended when buying or selling, as certification protects both the buyer and the seller by verifying authenticity and condition. Collectors are also encouraged to handle coins with gloves, store them in protective holders, and avoid cleaning them, as cleaning can significantly diminish value. Reputable dealers, coin shows, and online auctions are the most reliable sources for acquiring quality examples. Despite its wide circulation, the 1972 no-mint mark Kennedy half-dollar remains a favorite among coin enthusiasts. Its enduring design, historical context, and the chance of discovering a rare variety all combine to keep demand alive. For many, it is not just about monetary value, but also about holding a piece of mid-20th century American history in their hands. The coin represents continuity from the emotional aftermath of Kennedy's death to the everyday financial system of the United States, making it far more than just another half-dollar. In conclusion, the 1972 no-mint mark Kennedy half-dollar is a coin that blends history, artistry, rarity, and collector appeal in a way that few modern issues can match. Its story is one of tribute, its design a symbol of American strength, and its rare varieties a source of excitement for collectors. Whether in dirty circulated condition or pristine certified grades, it remains a coin that sparks interest and fascination. For both new collectors and seasoned numismatists, this coin offers not just a tangible investment, but also a meaningful connection to America's cultural and historical journey, ensuring its place as a lasting treasure in the numismatic world. Next up, the 1973 no-mint mark Kennedy half-dollar stands as a remarkable piece in U.S. coinage history, one that continues to intrigue collectors for its design, historical value, and elusive high-grade rarity. Unlike many modern coins that fade into obscurity, the Kennedy half-dollar retains a strong following due to its deep cultural resonance and continued presence in collections. For the 1973 Philadelphia minted issue, its lack of a mint mark gives it a straightforward yet distinctive identity, and though millions were struck, its desirability today comes from the challenge of finding pristine examples and the occasional rare variety. Even when found in dirty, circulated condition, it symbolizes an era of American coinage that blended commemoration with everyday utility. By 1973, the Kennedy half-dollar had already become firmly embedded in American culture, less than a decade after its first release in 1964. That first issue was a response to the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy, and the coin quickly became a memorial piece as well as a functional part of currency. During the early 1970s, the nation was undergoing economic pressures, including inflation and changing monetary policies, and the use of half-dollars in daily commerce was already starting to wane. The Philadelphia Mint took on the responsibility of producing millions of these no-mint mark half-dollars, continuing the legacy of the series and reinforcing its role as a patriotic emblem, even as circulation demand began to decline. One of the most enduring qualities of the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar is its artistry. The obverse, designed by Gilroy Roberts, presents a left-facing portrait of President Kennedy, executed with bold lines that emphasize strength and leadership. The reverse, crafted by Frank Gasparo, mirrors the presidential seal with a heraldic eagle clutching arrows and an olive branch, surrounded by 50 stars representing unity across the states. Made from copper-nickel clad over a copper core, the coin weighs 11.34 grams and measures 30.6 in diameter. Although it lacks the silver content that made earlier issues so alluring, Its visual detail and patriotic symbolism continue to resonate with collectors who value both design and history. Despite a mintage of over 64 million, the 1973 no-mint mark Kennedy half-dollar has elements of rarity that make it appealing to numismatists. It was never released in mint sets that year, which means many examples went directly into circulation, limiting the number of high-grade specimens that survived untouched. While standard circulated examples are relatively easy to find, uncirculated coins are far scarcer and command significantly more attention. On top of that, collectors actively seek varieties and minor errors such as doubled dies or striking anomalies, which can elevate a common coin into an uncommon and more valuable treasure. Market prices for the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar vary dramatically depending on condition and variety. A heavily worn example, especially in dirty circulated state, might be valued close to face value or slightly above. However, in uncirculated condition, values can rise into the $200–$500 for $800 range, and certified high-grade coins graded MS66 or higher may reach several $100s at auction. Rare errors, particularly doubled die varieties or coins with misaligned strikes, can soar well beyond these levels, with collectors eager to pay premiums for coins that combine rarity and condition. Over time, appreciation trends have remained steady, with particularly pristine examples seeing consistent growth in demand. For those who wish to add a 1973 no-mint mark Kennedy half-dollar to their collection, careful selection is key. Collectors should examine the strike's sharpness, luster, and preservation of the coin, as even small marks can impact its value significantly in higher grades. Professional grading from PCGS or NGC is highly recommended for coins suspected of being high-end or error varieties, as certification provides authenticity and enhances marketability. Safe storage in protective holders or albums ensures long-term preservation, while avoiding harsh cleaning methods is essential to maintain value. Acquiring coins through reputable dealers, coin shows, or online auctions can help collectors secure genuine and high-quality pieces. The appeal of this coin lies not only in its numismatic potential, but also in its role as a historical marker. It represents a period when Kennedy half-dollars were still an important part of circulation, even as their popularity in daily use was declining. Its continued presence in collections today reflects both nostalgia and admiration for the late president it honors. For newer collectors, it offers an accessible entry point into the Kennedy series, while experienced enthusiasts value the challenge of locating high-grade or rare examples that stand out from the millions produced. Ultimately, the 1973 no-mint mark Kennedy half-dollar embodies a combination of historical reverence, artistic design, and collector appeal. It bridges the gap between common circulation issues and elusive rarities, ensuring it maintains relevance in the numismatic community. While most pieces are modestly priced, the finest examples and rare varieties command significant attention and prices, reinforcing its status as more than just pocket change. Whether held for investment, historical appreciation, or personal enjoyment, this coin remains a lasting reminder of America's 20th century journey and the enduring legacy of John F. Kennedy. Next up, the 1977 no-mint mark Kennedy half-dollar is one of those coins that continues to capture the imagination of collectors, not because of precious metal content, but due to its history, artistry, and the challenges associated with acquiring pristine examples. Although millions were minted, this half-dollar remains a notable collectible within the Kennedy series, particularly for those who enjoy searching for high-grade survivors or rare errors that dramatically raise its value. In dirty, circulated condition, it may seem ordinary, but to a seasoned numismatist, its appeal lies in the hunt for exceptional pieces and the historical continuity it represents within the broader Kennedy half-dollar legacy. The late 1970s were an interesting period in U.S. history, marked by political change, economic struggles with inflation, and evolving public attitudes toward coinage. The Kennedy half-dollar, introduced in 1964 as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy following his assassination, had by 1977 become a staple of American coinage, though its role in daily commerce was already diminishing. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark, the 1977 issue represented the nation's ongoing reverence for Kennedy as both a leader and a symbol of unity. While not connected to any single historical event of that year, the coin nevertheless reflects America's resilience during an era of uncertainty and its continued desire to commemorate Kennedy's legacy through coinage. The coin's design remains a strong testament to American craftsmanship. On the obverse, Gilray Roberts' portrait of President Kennedy shows his left-facing profile, conveying strength and optimism, with liberty inscribed above and in God We Trust below. The reverse, designed by Frank Gasparro, features the presidential seal with an eagle clutching arrows and an olive branch, radiating power and peace simultaneously. Struck in a copper-nickel clad composition, the coin measures 30.6 in diameter and weighs 11.34 grams. Its reflective surfaces in higher grades make it stand out, and even in worn condition, the boldness of Kennedy's image continues to resonate with collectors who appreciate both artistry and symbolism. Despite a high mintage of more than 43 million pieces, rarity emerges in specific circumstances. Circulated examples are plentiful and hold little value beyond face, but the scarcity of high-grade coins elevates their appeal. Because the 1977 Kennedy half was issued primarily for circulation and not included in mint sets, pristine specimens are much harder to locate than one might assume. Error coins, such as doubled dies, misaligned strikes, or off-center strikes, further heighten rarity, creating highly sought-after variations that collectors actively pursue. The importance of condition cannot be overstated, as near-mint or uncirculated pieces are exponentially rarer than their worn counterparts. The market for the 1977 no-mint mark Kennedy half-dollar is broad, with values ranging significantly depending on grade and variety. Dirty circulated pieces typically fetch little more than face value, while uncirculated examples command $5,000.6,000 in the open market. In the higher spectrum, certified examples graded MS66 or MS67 can sell for several $100s, with some auction results showing values surpassing $7,000 when coins are exceptionally well preserved. Error varieties, especially doubled dies, also command premiums well into the hundreds, reflecting the intense interest in these rarer finds. The coin's steady appreciation, particularly in high grades, makes it a consistent favorite among collectors who recognize its investment potential. For collectors who hope to add this coin to their holdings, knowledge and patience are key. Paying attention to strike quality, luster, and surface marks is essential, as even small imperfections significantly lower a coin's grade. Authentication and grading from PCGS or NGC are highly recommended for premium pieces, as this certification provides both trust and transparency in the marketplace. Collectors are also encouraged to avoid cleaning coins, since this diminishes value, and instead store them in archival quality holders or albums to protect them from environmental damage. Auctions, coin shows, and reputable dealers remain the most reliable avenues for acquiring genuine high-quality examples. The continuing popularity of the Kennedy half-dollar series, and especially the 1977 issue, lies in its balance between accessibility and challenge. It is accessible in the sense that nearly anyone can find a circulated example with ease, yet challenging because only a select few coins survive in top-tier condition or with dramatic mint errors. This dual nature makes the coin attractive to both beginning collectors, who enjoy holding a piece of American history, and advanced numismatists, who thrive on chasing rarities and perfection within common issues. Its cultural relevance adds to its appeal, ensuring that it remains more than just another half-dollar. In summary, the 1977 no-mint mark Kennedy half-dollar is a coin that embodies the historical, artistic, and collectible qualities that define numismatics. It speaks to a nation's memory of John F. Kennedy, showcases enduring coin design, and offers both affordability for newcomers and value growth for serious collectors. While its common examples may be modest in price, its rarities and high-grade survivors hold considerable significance and potential. This balance of history, rarity, and beauty ensures the coin's place in modern collections and secures its legacy as a meaningful part of America's numismatic story. Next up, the 1988 P. Kennedy half-dollar is a fascinating coin that continues to hold a strong place in American numismatics, particularly for collectors who value both historical continuity and the occasional rarity hidden within common issues. At first glance, a circulated, dirty example may seem like little more than a piece of change, but its real importance comes to light when one considers its historical context, design, and scarcity in pristine form. For serious collectors, this coin represents a blend of tradition and challenge. It is easy to find in lower grades, yet extremely difficult to obtain in high-grade, certified condition, which is what makes it so appealing to numismatists today. The coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint in 1988, as indicated by the P Mint mark on its obverse. By this time, the Kennedy half-dollar had already been in production for nearly a quarter of a century, first introduced in 1964 as a tribute to the slain president. The late 1980s were an era of economic transition, marked by shifting global relations and technological change in the United States. The Kennedy half-dollar served as a cultural reminder of Kennedy's legacy, even though the denomination itself was no longer widely used in daily transactions. Its continued production was largely sustained by collector interest and numismatic tradition, ensuring that it remained a visible part of American coinage during a period when its circulation demand had waned. The artistry of the 1988 P half-dollar mirrors the enduring design first crafted in the 1960s. On the obverse is Gilroy Roberts' portrait of President Kennedy, finely detailed with smooth fields and sharp contours when well struck. The reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo, depicts the presidential seal, with the eagle clutching arrows and an olive branch, its wings outstretched beneath a semicircle of stars. Composed of copper-nickel clad over a copper core, the coin weighs 11.34 grams and measures 30.6 millimeters across. While its metallic content does not include silver, its aesthetic remains striking in mint condition, with reflective surfaces and a strong strike enhancing its appeal to advanced collectors. Although the 1988 P. Kennedy half-dollar was minted in large numbers, exceeding 15 million, rarity comes into play when one considers condition and variety. Circulated examples are plentiful, often found in rolls or change, but uncirculated coins with minimal marks are far scarcer. Collectors also look for unusual striking errors or die varieties such as doubled dies or off-center strikes, which can transform an otherwise ordinary coin into a sought-after rarity. Because the half-dollar was already less common in daily commerce by 1988, fewer coins were handled carefully, reducing the survival rate of pristine, high-grade pieces that numismatists prize. Market values for this coin vary significantly depending on grade and rarity. In dirty, well-worn condition, the 1988 P half-dollar usually trades for little more than face value, sometimes $1 or $2 among casual collectors. However, uncirculated pieces can range between $5,100 and $7,300 depending on quality, while certified high-grade examples, particularly those graded MS-66 or higher, can command values exceeding $8,300. Rare error coins, such as dramatic misstrikes or doubled dies, have been known to sell for several $100s at auction. These premiums reflect the fact that, while the base issue is common, select pieces stand out dramatically in the marketplace due to rarity and eye appeal. For collectors aiming to secure a valuable 1988 P. Kennedy half-dollar, careful selection and authentication are critical. The first step is learning to spot signs of strong luster, sharp strike, and minimal contact marks, as these factors elevate a coin's grade and value. Submitting high-quality examples to grading services like PCGS or NGC ensures not only authenticity, but also provides a recognized standard of quality that boosts marketability. Coins should be stored in protective holders or albums designed to prevent scratches and environmental damage, and collectors should resist the temptation to clean coins, as improper cleaning reduces both appeal and value. Trusted coin shows, reputable dealers, and numismatic auctions are the best sources for obtaining certified examples or searching for rare varieties. The charm of the 1988 P. Kennedy half-dollar lies in its dual identity. It is both common and rare, accessible to beginners while challenging to master for advanced collectors. For some, it represents an affordable way to own a piece of American history tied to Kennedy's enduring legacy. For others, it is the thrill of discovering a rare variety or securing an exceptional high-grade example that fuels its appeal. The fact that it was produced in an era when half-dollars were fading from everyday commerce adds to its intrigue, making it a bridge between an earlier period of frequent circulation and the more collector-driven issues that would follow. In conclusion, the 1988 P. Kennedy half-dollar is much more than a coin of modest face value. It is a collectible that blends history, artistry, and rarity into a single piece of American numismatics. From its iconic design and tribute to a beloved president to its scarcity in high grades and potential for rare varieties, it continues to attract interest from across the collecting spectrum. While a dirty circulated piece may only hold sentimental or minimal value, pristine and rare examples carry significant worth, making it a coin that rewards patience, knowledge, and careful pursuit. Its role in the Kennedy series ensures its lasting relevance and its potential for appreciation as part of America's numismatic heritage.